All right. And if you need to serve him United 1, you can. Okay, so welcome everybody. Welcome one and all to OG's tier list number 4. This is the October to December tier list. And just a couple things before we actually do begin, of course. Number 1, my tier list is absolutely not biased. That's number 1. Number 2, this tier list ranking is off of my personal experience, all right? This is off of my experience. So if you guys want to give opinions, I'll be looking at the chat, of course. But I, of course, try to keep my tier list not biased. But I'm going to start things off with some of the newer faces. So I'm going to go down the line of the newer people or some of the people who I don't know have been on the tier list. I don't know if Dummerson has been, but I put him at the top of the line anyway. Let's get started anyways. I'm going to start things off. Let's kick things off with Dark. Dark is a relatively new player to the server, and people said that he was really good. And those people are correct, because actually after watching the VODs back, or watching the tourney that he played in, where I think Ope won that tourney, he played really well. Something that I like about Dark when he plays is he likes to think outside the box a bit. It's really funny to say that as well, because Do actually cleared TRG when he was imposter, but Dark was deciding to think outside the box and think that TRG is a killer in one of the games. I do like his logic idea. I want to play with Dark more, but for Dark being a newer player, he has very strong talent. I want to put him at rank B for now, but I will say I do want to play with Dark more, okay? Just before I rank him higher. If I end up moving him, then I'll put somebody else at the top of B. Everyone's saying rank A. You know what? I'll take your guys' opinions. I'm going to put him at rank A. I'll put him rank A. Like, the thing is, I've only seen him play like one tourney, but I want to play with him more. All right, just to be clear. Next up, we have Dummerson. Everything started off on a great starting note, but it is going to be going downhill a bit, because spoiler alert, there is going to be at least one person in every single rank on the list. And unfortunately for me, I think Dummerson might be the first D rank. The problem with Dummerson is, like, I like that he plays and I like that he interacts with everybody that's in here. But I think the problem with Dummerson is he's a very inconfident player, if that makes sense. He got imposter 3 times in a row in one tourney, and out of those 3 games, I think he only killed 2 people. So yeah, that's a little bit of a problem with Dummerson. I think he can improve, but the problem is he needs to be more confident in himself. All right, now we have Leah. Leah, I've absolutely enjoyed playing with since she's joined. And, you know, she's an okay player. She's a very solid info gatherer as crew. Leah is very fun to play with. I do agree. Leah is good at defending herself when she is crew, but I think there is a bit of a downfall, and this is something that I've had as well. Don't get me wrong. I've had this issue when I'm imposter, back when I first joined AUT. Sometimes I would self-report either my own kill or my partner's kill. And I've noticed that this happens. I've noticed that this happened with Leah. And in my opinion, it's a bit of a downfall. I want to put Leah at rank C for now, but I want to see what they do. I want her to play with us more. She actually has potential to get better. I'm gonna tell you that. She actually has potential to grind with us. Now we have Lexi. Lexi is also someone who I'm gonna be honest, we haven't played with Lexi in quite a bit. I think the thing with Lexi is also someone who is a solid info gatherer, but at the same time, I feel like sometimes she can get caught quickly as killer based off of the clearing info. I feel like Lexi is a solid crew, and I think in general, Lexi can absolutely play with us more and go higher up on the ranks. I also would like to put Lexi at rank C. I want to put her next to Leah. The only reason why I have Leah above right now is because Leah's played, and I think she's a much better player right now than Lexi. Now we have Magic. Magic, I'm very excited to talk about. I absolutely love playing with Magic. She's a solid player. She's a good crewmate, and she does gather info a lot of the time. And I think one of the big things about Magic in general is that if you give a good argument, she will side with you. And there's another person that I feel like has that same kind of trait. Magic does get caught as killer sometimes, mainly because it's a little bit obvious, but it's all about the memes, all right? It's all about the memes. But I think Magic is a very solid player. I don't think she's rank A, and I would be comfortable putting Magic at rank B for now. I think she's a solid player. She's a good crewmate. She loves gathering info. I think she's a good player. Now we have Sam. I'm excited to talk about Sam. And I'm referring to Samster, not Sandwich. I'm going to call him Sandwich just to avoid confusion without the M. Sam, I will admit, I'm probably not the only one, but I will admit I didn't have high expectations for when he first joined us. When he first joined us, everyone kept keeping him alive. And it's because of the fact that he would lose 50-50s a lot of the time. But as time went on, he's gotten a lot better since he first joined. He first joined in what? Late September, I think? And October to December, he's constantly been practicing and he's constantly been improving at the game. He's a good info gatherer. He likes to think logically. And the logic that he uses absolutely made sense during some of last night's games. So I also want to put Sam at B. I don't think he's rank A, but I want to rank him at B. I'm going to put him above Magic. I think Sam is a lot better than Magic right now. Sam's logic absolutely makes sense. When Sam is imposter, though, he does sometimes get caught. He used to get caught a lot of the time based on meta, but I feel like he changed up his strats every now and then, and I agree with the fact that he should be in rank B right now. Now we have Sandwich. Sandwich is unfortunately the next rank D. The problem is Sandwich could be a little bit more vocal in meetings. Sandwich absolutely needs to talk more when he's in the meetings with us. And he needs to give more info when it's necessary. He's also kind of like another person who is actually not on the tier list, but sometimes stalls for a bit of time in the meeting when he has crucial info. So I think he needs to talk more in the meetings. And I think if he does that, he could absolutely get himself higher on the list. So that's all the new faces. Now we get to go on to my favorite part, which is the original cast. You guys are all the original cast down here, in my opinion. So we're gonna kick things off with the oldest person in here, but don't get me wrong, she's still a great player. Artie. Artie, I love playing with. Artie is a very good player as crew, and I think based on all the reality she has, she's good at gathering info in some formats. People say that Artie kills slow, but I think there's a bit of a counter to killing slow. And some people kill slower because they want to kill with strategy. And I think Artie is someone who plays very strategic, if you know what I mean. I think Artie plays strategic. I will say Artie's a very good crew member. She's good at defending herself whenever it comes time to. But once she's imposter, some people only find out that it's Artie because of clears and whatnot. Emmy would probably be one of them in particular. So I think, as of right now, I think Artie's a solid info gatherer. She plays the crew role a lot better than the imposter role. I want to put Artie at rank B. I want to put her below Magic, though. I think Artie's a great player. Like, she's a solid player. Now we have Avi. Avi, I played with when I subbed in for Frack in the Duos tourney. And Avi is someone who plays really well as crew and imposter. But I think she's also someone who plays the crew role a lot better. She is still a great imposter, but I think she favors in the crew role. The thing is, I'm very shocked to say this, but she got it right on the nose when she SV'd me in one game. It was in the Duos tourney. She SV'd me and she didn't even say anything about it until late game. And people still got suspected of her. I don't think Avi's rank S. But I am comfortable to put Avi at the top of A right now. I think Avi is a lot better than Dark. Avi is a great player, and she deserves her spot at the top of A right now. Now, moving on to Bree. Bree, I think, is someone who is like Magic. Bree is a solid info gatherer. If you give a good enough argument, she will side with you. Is Bree correct all of the time? No. Is she correct most of the time? Yeah. But she's someone that's like me. She doesn't hard accuse right off the bat unless she knows something for sure. But I do like the way that Bree plays the game. And I think she's a great player. Her imposter game and crew game are pretty balanced. I want to put Bree also in rank B next to Magic, but I don't know if she is better than Magic. I want to put them next to each other. I think they're about the same in skill level. Now we have the first high roller, which is Browse. I'm going to say this again. It's really funny what happened recently. Browse went undercover in the tourney, and Sam actually ended up beating him, which is impressive. But I think there was something that I wanted to talk about with Browse originally when I first did the tier list. And the thing that I wanted to talk about is when he first came back. He's been away for a bit, and he is still away, but I actually talked to Fuse the other day. I sent him a message in Discord DMs a couple days ago, and he's doing great. Browser's doing fine. But when he first came back, he was a little bit rusty on his info. He was a little less accurate, but as time went on, he absolutely shook off the rust, and he's gotten back to his accuracy point. Does he do meta gameplay? Yes. So I think Browse still deserves his spot in rank S. Browse is the first rank S on this list. There is going to be at least one more rank S. I'm just going to point that out there. Doozy! Doozy, I'm also excited to speak about. Doozy is someone who I think is a very strong player. Is kind of like someone like Dark. He likes to think outside the box a bit, and he also likes to gather info before hard accusing. Is he correct all of the time? No. Is he correct most of the time? I'd say yeah. But Do is a very strong player as killer. Even it takes me a bit to track him down. Like, if he doesn't make any mistakes. This would be if he doesn't make a single mistake as imposter. He does get caught a lot of the time. Not a lot of the time. He does get caught sometimes. But I think he's a very strong player. I want to put Do at rank A. I'm going to put him below Dark. Next up on the list is Emmy. So here's the thing. My first tourney, I'm going to go back a bit. My first tournament was in October. Or not in October. It was all the way back in February. And I remember first playing with Emmy, and she managed to get caught a couple times. So, since then, Emmy has been a bit quiet from tourneys, at least from my experience, since the end of March, going into April. But when she came back, she was better than ever. She's improved so much when she came back. She won back-to-back tourneys. She now has 3 wins under her belt on the leaderboard. Emmy is one of the most improved players on this tier list. A lot of people were saying me, Emmy, Meter, and Kasala were some of the most improved players in here, mainly shifting onto TRG's opinion. I think Emmy also deserves her spot in rank S, but she doesn't do as much meta as Browse does. So I'm going to put Emmy below Browse. This was something that I wanted to talk about because I feel like they do play similar, but Emmy has said that she thinks Browse is better than she is. But you know what? It's fine. It's the thought that counts. But Emmy still deserves her spot in rank S, don't get me wrong. All right, I'm excited for this one. My next duo, Foxy. Foxy is my next duo for the duos tourney, for anyone who has not seen it. Foxy's a very strong player. He likes to lead conversations a lot. He does have some tells on him when he's killer. But something that I've noticed is that he loves to shift the conversation and lead it whenever he is crew or imposter. He does, of course, love his admin table. And he likes to, of course, check it before getting risky kills. He plays the game well. I also think Foxy still deserves his spot in rank A. I want to put Foxy above Do. Now, Frack. The person that is responsible for asking probably some of the dumbest questions of all time. But that's not in-game. It's in the server. Some people are probably surprised by that, but it's true. That was the case on the first quiz. Yes, he is the most random person on this list as well. For some reason, he only locks in when he has to play against Emmy. And I've noticed that. I'm probably not the only one that's noticed it. He is the most inconsistent player of all time. Has he become to be correct all the time? Of course not. But he is a strong player, to say the least. I also think Frack still deserves a spot at rank A, but I'm going to put Frack below Do. All right, next up, we got Fuse. No doubt about it. This man is top of the tier list. He is rank S. Fuse has not lost a tournament that he's joined. Every single tournament that he's participated in, he has gotten first place. Nobody has ever taken him down. He is absolutely one of the most big brain meeting readers of all time. But I think that's the thing. Some people, I'm not going to point fingers because I don't need to. Some people tend to listen to the players that are higher ranked, and I think it's honestly become an issue. So I'm comfortable putting Fuse, of course, at the top of S. Now we have Gay. Gay is someone who he's a solid crewmate. Don't get me wrong. I feel like the thing with Gay, he's never really suspected that much when he's a killer, but he is, of course, always sus. Or he claims that, at least, in my opinion. Gay is a solid crewmate. He's not the best imposter. He's someone who also plays the crew role better than his imposter role. Does he get caught a lot of the time? Or most of the time, at least? Yeah, he does. I think Gay, I want to put Gay at rank C. I'm going to put Gay above Leah. So, now that brings us to Glace. Glace is also someone who's a good info gatherer. Glace strives to be a good imposter. He is someone who plays the crew role a lot better. Actually, no, not a lot better. He's better at playing the crew role, but his imposter gameplay is not too bad. I want to put Glace. I've been thinking of one of two spots for him, either at the top of C or towards the bottom of B. I'm leaning towards I want to put him in rank B. But I don't know if he goes above or below Artie. That's the only thing I don't know. I want you guys to vote right now. Do you think Glace goes above or below Artie? Put your opinion in the chat, and I will take any opinion. Above, above, above. Okay, people are saying above. So I'm going to say agree with them, above. And of course, I don't mean any offense to anybody who is lower than anyone else. I try to keep my tier list fair. Joe Pat. Joe Pat's someone who just came back to playing Among Us. But there's also a problem with the way that Joe Pat plays. And unfortunately, after the game where she came back, Joe Pat is someone who I also don't know where to put. It's in one of two locations. Either the bottom of C or the top of D. And I'll explain my reason really quick before you guys vote. The problem with Joe Pat lacks a bit of confidence when she's imposter. Like at the end of the game, she'll be like, I hate being imposter, and then she'll just spam random stuff in the chat, like in the text chat in game. And I think she gives up sometimes when she gets caught. I don't think she really tries to defend herself that much. Yep, explodes. So I want you guys to vote. Do you think Joe goes at the top of D or the bottom of C? I want you guys to vote. And I'll see what I'll go with what majority says. C, C, D, C, C, C. All right, people are saying C. So I'm going to put Joe at the bottom of C. Joe just needs to get a little bit more confidence in general. And with that, I think there's actually nobody else that's going to be in rank D. Only Sandwich and Dummerson are going to be in rank D. Now we are going on to probably one of my first imposter partners. That's actually a fun fact. Kasala was one of my first imposter partners in tournaments. Kasala is a solid player. He does get caught a majority of the time, but sometimes he ends up getting away with doing kills. But I think Kasala is someone who is like me. Same with Para. I don't think we are the slowest killers between the three of us, but we like to kill with strategy. That was what I did yesterday when I was doing a snipe kill early on in the game. I think Kasala goes in rank B as well. I want to put Kasala at the bottom of B for now. Of course, I could move people around, but I don't know. I don't know where I want to put Kasala in B. Like, I don't know if he goes above Artie. I'm going to say that Artie goes above Kasala. Next up, we have Mango. Mango, outside of Among Us, she's very talented. And I'm mainly talking about the Election of 1800s animation that she did ages ago. That was a really, really funny animation, and I think she's doing another one soon. I think Mango is also another solid info gatherer. She does get caught as imposter quite a bit, similar to Gay. But whenever she has some info to give out, she plays the game, she gives out the info that she needs to, and I think it's a good thing to say for Mango. I would like to put Mango. Last time I think I put Mango in C. I'm gonna put her in C again, but I think she goes at the top of C right now. At least that's what I think. Now, I'm excited to talk about this next person, Meter. Meter's intuition in Among Us has improved a lot to the point where it absolutely does scare me. Meter has become so much more of a strong player, and I understand why people wanted to kill her early, or as early as possible, because she's a very strong player. Is she correct all of the time? No. But has she gotten more consistent? Yes. And that goes the same for playing imposter. She's gotten really good at being imposter. I feel like Meter and Roddy, I feel like most of the time, they're not really questioned that much. I want to put Meter at rank A. I'm going to put Meter. I think Meter goes above. She definitely goes above Frack. She absolutely goes above Frack. I think Meter and Do are also two people who have very similar play styles. So I think they're tied for me. I think they're absolutely tied. Nah. Frack is one of the most inconsistent A tiers of all time. Metro is next on the list. Metro is someone who has evolved since he's first joined us. Metro, he's a solid info gatherer. He's a pretty good imposter. He is also someone who plays the crew role a lot better than the imposter role. No, Meter does not throw a lot, Frack. She does not. She does throw every now and then, but she's not like, she doesn't do that all the time. Metro, I absolutely like playing with. I think he's a good person to chill with as well. I want to put Metro. I feel comfortable putting him in B. I want to put him next to Kasala. And it's also cool because they have the same hat. I don't think Metro is rank C anymore. I think I put him in rank C at one point. But I think he's gotten so much better. And I think he's a solid info gatherer. He's not the worst player of all time. And he's solid at both roles. Now we move on. We're almost there. Now we have Miss B. Miss B is also a very talented player, but I think she's also one of the in casuals, she's one of the biggest trolls. And I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat can tell me what I mean by trolling. Everyone in the chat, go ahead and tell me what you think I mean by trolling in casuals. Yeah. Ope's got 2 of them. Yep. Yeah. That's Miss B in casuals. But when Miss B is locked in, she's a solid player. She likes to think logically as well. She likes to, of course, time every round and whittle things down. I think Miss B is a very fun person to play with. She's a talented player. She's a solid crewmate. She is also someone. She's someone that's like Meter, where she does a good job at playing both the crew and imposter role. She doesn't necessarily play one role better than the other. I also want to put Miss B in rank A, but I want to put Miss B above Do. That's my opinion. I think Miss B goes above Do. Next up, the man who considers me his favorite duo of all time, Natto. Natto considers me to be his favorite duo of all time. And I can see why. Actually, no, I can't. I want to ask him about that in the future. Natto was a very... No, I wouldn't say he's the most inconsistent. I think Frack is more inconsistent. But I think Natto is a very solid crewmate. He's very good at playing crew. And he's also very good at playing imposter. I think the thing with Natto, people say that he's quiet a lot, but that's just naturally what he does. Of course, he locks in when he plays. These days, he does, of course, like to just play tourneys for fun, which I can get behind. He says that he's happy with his 5-time wins on the scoreboard and his trophy in Discord. And I can see why. But when Natto is locked in, his logical reasoning and he does like to read if people sound crew or imposter-like. So Natto also deserves a spot in rank A. I want to put Natto above Miss B. I feel like it's a good spot to put him. Next up is Null. Null is also someone who I absolutely enjoy playing with. Is Null correct all of the time? No. Is he correct most of the time? Depends. When Null is locked in, he's a good crewmate. Of course, he's a solid info gatherer. But I think his imposter skill, at least from my experience, has lacked a bit since he's come back to playing with us more. But don't get me wrong, Null is also the only Australian player on this list. I think he's the only Australian player. Of course, he's playing on ping. It might be a disadvantage to him, but I like playing with Null. He's a solid crewmate. He plays a lot better as crew than imposter. I want to put Null in rank B, but I think I want to put him above Metro. In this case, I think Metro and Null play the same, but I feel more comfortable putting Null above Metro. And I have to skip myself, of course, because I can't rank myself. So I'm skipped. Ope is next. Ope has become a very strong player. Ope is good at shifting the meeting whenever they need to defend themselves. Do they have consistent reasoning? Yes. Do they get caught most of the time? No. Don't get me wrong, they get caught every now and then, but Ope is a very underrated player, in my opinion. Same with Kazala. Ope and Kazala are 2 underrated players. But Ope has become a lot more of a strong player. Their ability of deception is truly exceptional. I think, as of right now, I want to put Ope at the top of B. Ope is a very strong player, and their logical reasoning as crew and their deception ability as imposter, that's something that I can agree with. So, great ranking for Ope. Very proud of them. Next up, we have Para. Para is someone who I also enjoy playing with. Para is Para's compared to me because people think that we're slow killers, but no, that's not the case. Para is someone who's a solid info gather as crew. He has good reasoning when he's defending himself, and he's also someone that's like me, where he's very patient to accuse someone later on until he thinks he has enough evidence to do so. So, with that being said, I think Para also goes in B. But I think Para goes above Artie. I think Para goes above Artie. Para's a very solid player. Next, we have Pink Panther. Pink Panther, I think, is a very underrated imposter. Sometimes I feel like we don't really question him a lot of the time because I feel like we never really suspect him to be killer. But he is good at hiding his tracks every now and then when he gets the chance to. I think Panther plays the crew role a lot better. I think his imposter gameplay does need a little bit of work. He is an underrated player. Yes, I agree. Panther, I want to put Panther right now. I think Panther goes top of C right now. Panther's a solid info gatherer, and I think he plays good as crew. But I think his imposter gameplay needs a bit of work. He's not bad at imposter, don't get me wrong. But I think he could use a bit. Now we have Ryan, the only player who is certified to be naked in the server. Ryan, I haven't played with in quite a bit. But I think the problem with Ryan is he's become a bit more metaable, if that makes sense. Like he's become more readable to others. So the thing with Ryan, in a couple of sessions in September and October, he's gotten very good at playing the game as crew. And he's also been a solid imposter. But I think as time went on, people have gotten to the point where they can read Ryan when he's imposter. And I'm mainly talking about some of the people that are higher up. So I want to put Ryan down in rank C. And it's not anything to do with him. I think the problem is it's become to the point where people have gotten very good where he's become readable. So where does he go in C? That's my question. As of right now, I think Ryan goes above Mango. Next, we have Robin. Robin, we haven't played with in quite a bit, or at least I haven't played with him in quite a bit. Robin is someone who is a good crewmate. He listens to the conversation. He contributes when he has info. But I think he's someone who also gets caught quite a bit as killer. Yeah, Robin hasn't really played with us that much in a while. But from past experiences, I feel like he needs to work on his imposter gameplay as well. I also think Robin goes in rank C, but I don't know where he goes. I want you guys to give me your thoughts. Or I might actually do a vote. Let's take a vote. Does Robin go below Mango or above Mango? Everyone take a vote. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, and I will go with majority opinion. Does Robin go below Mango or above Mango? People are saying below. I see below. Above. Below, below. All right. People are saying below. I appreciate you guys' opinions. You guys rock. You guys absolutely rock at giving opinions when they're needed. Roddy. Roddy has become a very strong player. Roddy's a very good imposter, I will say. And he's also a very good crewmate. He specializes very well in both roles. And I think he's absolutely got the potential to go far in Among Us. Is he correct all of the time? No. But he's become a very strong player. Mainly, Roddy is someone who I feel like plays the imposter role a little bit better than he plays crew. He's still a great crewmate, but I think he specializes in imposter. Sometimes it takes some of us, myself included, it takes us quite a bit of time to catch him. So I want to put Roddy at rank A. I would like to put Roddy. I don't know if Roddy goes above Meter or above Do. Yeah, he does specialize in imposter. Do you guys think that Roddy goes above Do? Yes, above Do. Alright, I'll put him above Do. Roddy's become a very strong player. Next up, my first duo from duos. The second half of the Autism Alliance, TRG. TRG is the second half of the Autism Alliance. TRG, he's a very good player. He is readable as imposter, but I think TRG is also someone who specializes in playing crew. Is he correct all the time? No. But TRG, when he's correct, he's very locked in. Or sorry, when he's locked in, he can get it correct. I said that in the wrong way. But I think there is one major problem with TRG, and the problem that there is that people only look at his info. They sometimes just don't listen to him. And again, I'm not going to point fingers, but sometimes TRG isn't really listened to. He's fallen off. Yeah, he has fallen off a little bit. I do have to play fair when I'm ranking people. But I think TRG is more consistent than Frack is. I want to put TRG above Frack. Or, I was thinking of putting him at the bottom of A. You know what? This is another one that I'll go off of your opinion, guys. Do you think TRG belongs in rank A or B? Type your answer in the chat, and I'll go with majority. Let's see. B, bottom A, B. I'm going with a majority say. B. Okay. A majority saying B. So I'm going to put TRG in B. Rank B, but I'm ranking him above Ope. I think Ope said that they were fine with that. Yeah, I think this is the thing. TRG and Ryan, I feel like is the same because they become more readable, if that makes sense. All right, and the last person that's on this list, the person who probably makes the funniest, the person who made the funniest tourney VOD of all time, Turtle. Turtle's a very good crewmate. And he's just as good at playing crew as he is imposter. I think the couple times that he gets caught, it's because of ping, if he's playing in the NA tourneys. But I love Turtle. I think he's really funny. I think he's a great crewmate. And I think he's also a good imposter. I also want to put Turtle in rank A. I don't know if I would put Turtle above or below Miss B. So I want you guys to vote. Does Turtle go above or below Miss B? Everyone, give me your thoughts. Above, 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 below, below. Below, below. Alright, majority is saying below. So I'm going to put him below. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the October to December tier list. This is everybody that's ranked for the October to December time frame. I would think this tier list is not too bad. I'm pretty happy with this tier list. As time goes on, of course, some people may be moved around, and that can all change. So, of course, thank you guys for tuning into the tier list. I hope you guys did enjoy it. And Foxy is going to move on to his tier list. I will stop streaming in just a moment.